Hi, I'm April May, and today I'm sharing with you this video of a memorial painting I did of Ezekiel Wu. As you can see, I'm missing the first part of the video. Painting was not only technically difficult for me to do, it was also emotional. Um, Ezekiel only lived for 13 days, and um, anytime a child passes for any reason, I just think it's devastating. So, working on this and knowing what the meaning behind this painting represented, it really kind of tugged at my heartstrings. So, what made this so technically difficult is that most of the photographs of Ezekiel when he was in the hospital, and they took a bunch of photographs of him, but he had a lot of the hospital equipment on him, on his face, to help him breathe, and some other apparatuses and stuff. But the family wanted the painting to, of course, not have any of the equipment on there. They also wanted his eyes to be open. So in order to accomplish that, I had to take several photographs. And I used his eyes out of one photograph, um, kind of the face shape from another photograph, and then use a lot of the other photographs just to kind of help me make sure that I was getting everything correct. It just generally as artists we want one good reference photo with perfect lighting, and you know we didn't have that. So that's what made this, as an artist, it's very challenging. So I had a lot of anxiety when I finally sent the painting, a photo of the painting to the family for their opinion of how it looked. And luckily they loved it. And so I was nervous for nothing, but boy, I thought I was going to be sick there for a while, because it's, I you're kind of taking an educated guess as to how they will look when you're having to put multiple photographs together. So to explain what happened to Ezekiel, to the best of my knowledge, he his mother had a normal pregnancy, from what I can tell, and a normal birth. And about 14 hours after his birth, I believe he started having breathing problems. And they ran some tests on him and discovered that he had a rare heart defect. And he needed to have heart surgery in order to survive. But the heart surgery, he only had a 50-50 chance of surviving. Um, And of course, as a parent, you're going to do everything you can to save your child's life. So they opted for the surgery, and he didn't make it. So uh, it's so hard. Give me a minute. So that's the story behind what had happened to him and why he only survived for 13 days. He's just a beautiful baby, and he has a beautiful family. There's a lot of the information I got and all the pictures and everything are on a memorial page on Facebook, and his mother especially posted a lot during this time, how she was feeling and how she was dealing with this, and her faith in God, I think, really helped her deal with such a tragedy in her life. But it doing this painting and reading through all of the posts uh, while researching the photographs that were loaded on there, I don't know, I'm kind of in awe in how they've handled all of this. And um, and then just their strength and faith in God and their ability to deal with all of this. And so, extremely neat family. But anyway, um, I will post the full length version, or it's probably gonna be pared down a little bit. I think I have 7 hours of video. Um, what video I do have. I will be honest on this. I got so focused on painting and trying to do the best job I could on getting this right that I would forget to hit record. So, um, and honestly, I'm not even going to apologize about that because um, it was more important to me to get the painting done than it was to do the recording. Um, so I still have 7 hours worth of footage, um, and you can see a lot of how I, went from start to finish on this, minus the very, very beginning, but I can walk you through that. Um, I'll have the voiceover, probably a 1 hour to 2 hour voiceover over on my Patreon page, um, explaining the process. Because as you can see, he's in black and white right now, but he does end up in color. I start out in acrylics, and then I move to oils to smooth everything out and get kind of hone in on my values, your darks and your lights, and then I glaze over all of that with oils. And so I went through a lot. Like I changed his eyes, and then I had to work a lot on his nose. Most of the photographs, he had tape kind of covering his nose, so the few that I had to reference from, um, it caused me to have to kind of change it several times. And then his mouth, also he had a tube, and so a lot of his photographs um, had that tube, and so it made it a little bit more difficult. I also, a lot of his photographs, he looked kind of stressed. And there's one that's just beautiful, and he looks like he's smiling, and he's got little dimples, and it's so cute. Um, but the photograph, his face was turned a little bit. I couldn't use it as a main inspiration for this, even though I thought his dimples were just so cute. So again, I used multiple photographs to figure out how his mouth should be shaped, and I wanted to have a slight grin, not a grin, but just ease to his face. Um, and if you've ever done any infant or baby portraits like this, all babies tend to look a little stressed. It's hard to find them like smiling or looking happy or anything. They always look a little, like, do I really want to be here? I don't know. It was kind of funny because I did a lot of research on just baby face structure and noticed that a lot of babies, they either look stressed or mad, or it's just kind of funny. Anyway, like I was saying, I will have the voiceover over on my Patreon page for just $4 a month. You can have access to all of my paintings that are on YouTube. I do the longer versions with the voiceover or real time over there. Um, and I will also have his actual photographs that I worked from, so you can kind of understand how uh, or not how, but why I made the decisions that I did, and how we went from those photographs to this painting. And I will go into detail on all of that, um, be in that video over on Patreon. I just want to tell the family that I'm so sorry for their loss. He was beautiful. And to thank them for letting me take on this challenge and having faith in my ability uh, to to pull this off. It's going to forever be one of my favorite paintings, I think. I was very, very touched by this emotionally. And with that, I am going to be quiet and let you just watch the rest of the video. And I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.